Welcome to the Wellness and Weight Loss for Busy Teachers podcast, bringing you actionable tips to help you live your best life. I'm your host, Tracy Baird. If you care about nutrition and fitness and want to make progress in your unique wellness journey, you're in the right place. This season, we'll discuss strategies for summer success. Let's get started. Hello, my teacher friend, and welcome to our summer strategy series. Today, I wanted to talk about adding veggies to your diet. Now, some people disagree on what's the healthiest diet. Some may say eat low fat, others eat low carb, but everyone can agree adding more vegetables is beneficial. For your overall wellness, well, there are a lot of micronutrients in vegetables, and we're learning more and more about how vegetables are especially helpful to your gut health. In the weight loss arena, adding extra vegetables can contribute to you feeling full sooner and having a satiety, which is just a fancy word for fullness, with fewer calories. I just read some interesting research on satiety, and it was a study in which the researchers had a plate of pasta and a plate of pasta with vegetables and a plate of vegetables. And they tested different research subjects to find out who stayed full the longest and what was predictive of remaining full and not eating again for a longer period of time. And perhaps you might think it was the calories. The more calories you eat, you would think you would stay full longer. But the actual predictor of who stayed full the longest was the weight of the food on the plate. So the vegetables and pasta together had the highest satiety factor in this study. So whether your reasons are for weight loss or just to be more plant forward, I wanted to recommend to you several strategies on incorporating additional vegetables into your diet. So one strategy is adding vegetables to your meals. So I recently tried this out by adding vegetables to my breakfast. So I actually do practice intermittent fasting, but frequently when I break my fast around 11 a.m. or noon, I eat a breakfast type meal with eggs, things like that. And so I decided to add a vegetable to that meal, and it's been really effective. I've grown to love it. On the weekend, I roast a lot of extra veggies, and then I can use them as my side dish for the first part of the week. So adding vegetables to a meal that you don't normally have vegetables in is a good idea. Also possibly adding an extra vegetable to a meal that you already have vegetables. So for example, dinner, if your typical dinner is a protein, maybe a grain and a vegetable side, perhaps add a salad or an additional vegetable and then mix and match with those things. Another idea for adding vegetables to an existing meal is to add a pre-meal vegetable. So to add a vegetable-based soup or salad would be another way to get some more veggies into your meal. A second idea is to have sort of a meatless Monday or have some days where you eat vegetable-only meals. A third strategy would be to incorporate intentional vegetable snacks. So if you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you might incorporate an intentional snack mid-morning and another snack mid-afternoon to be a vegetable. Maybe it would be with a dip, for example, hummus would be a good dip. Many salad dressings might make a good dip, especially those that you make at home to avoid those extra processed ingredients that are in many shelf-stable salad dressings. I would recommend going out when you do your grocery shopping, chopping up all those vegetables when you get home or when you have a great time in your week, and then having those available on hand to have as snacks. And intentionally having a snack that is a mainly vegetable-based snack. One last idea is to hide your vegetables. Now, I remember this idea gaining popularity way back when my kids were little, when a couple of books were released at the same time. One was called The Sneaky Chef by Missy Chase Lapine. The other one, Deceptively Delicious by Jessica Seinfeld. And those are about sneaking vegetables into your children's foods. One way to add extra vegetables in sort of a hide your vegetables strategy is to make a smoothie. Now, I really love spinach in my smoothies. I go grab a probably 3 or 4 pound bag of spinach from my local superstore, and I don't eat that spinach cooked. I don't eat that spinach as a salad. I put that right into my freezer for my smoothies. And after it freezes, just to conserve freezer space, I sort of crumple up the spinach so it's more compact in my freezer. Then I put about a cup of spinach into my smoothies, and I actually love the texture of frozen spinach in the smoothie. The other day I tried vegetables in my oatmeal. I actually tried it 2 different ways. One of them, it was intended to be tasted, which was like a zucchini bread oatmeal. And so it was rolled oats, which are otherwise known as old-fashioned oats. You could also use steel-cut oats. And then it had shredded zucchini in it. It had cinnamon, a little pinch of nutmeg, a little pinch of sea salt. And then for sweetener, you could have used agave or maple syrup. Something like monk fruit would also be good. But I actually used banana for my sweetener. Cooked that up for 5 minutes on my stovetop. And I had sort of a zucchini bread type oatmeal. So that was intended to be sort of like zucchini bread flavored. And then another strategy I tried was to put riced cauliflower in my oatmeal and then make it as usual. In this case, I actually added some extra cinnamon, which was recommended by the person who told me to do this. I actually could detect the texture of the riced cauliflower in my oatmeal, but I didn't taste a flavor, and I will repeat that. Hey, it's Tracy. I'm cutting in and interrupting myself because I really want to connect with you. You can find me on social media at Tracy Baird Wellness on Facebook and Instagram. Now, back to the show. Another idea would be to put vegetables into baked goods. I don't recommend this as highly because baked goods frequently have a lot of sweetener in it, but it is good for another idea of hiding your vegetables. And then a last one isn't exactly hiding it, but it's sort of like hiding it. It is to do a meal bowl. I've noticed the popularity of meal bowls at restaurants. For example, a burrito bowl at Chipotle or a poke bowl at Poke Bar. So what I've been doing recently is adding extra vegetables, and they sort of hide within the meal bowl. So for example, instead of rice or brown rice, I've been putting some cauliflower rice, either in substitution for the rice or mixed in with the rice and kind of hiding it in there. I've also sauteed up some veggie slaw, for example, broccoli slaw, and sauteed that as a layer within the meal bowl. So as you're putting your grain or your cauliflower rice and your protein, perhaps your different salsas, if it's a Mexican style meal bowl, you can sort of hide a lot of veggies within that. And that is another strategy. So I think these strategies would be great to try in summer when you have a little bit more time to do more shopping, more Googling of recipes, and have access to home tools like blenders that you can experiment with things so that when the school year starts, you are ready to go and have your strategies in place. So to recap, I think we can all agree that adding veggies to our meals and to our days would be beneficial. And so that is just for increasing overall wellness as well as promoting weight loss. So some strategies for adding into our diets more veggies is to add veggies to meals where they're not normally there, or add extra veggies into existing meals that already have some. Then another strategy would be having veggie-only meals such as meatless Mondays. You can also incorporate intentional vegetable snacks, and you can hide your veggies, for example, in smoothies, oatmeal, baked goods, and meal bowls. I'm so glad you're here with me. Thank you for joining me again. I truly believe you can change yourself, your family, and the next generation, and you are so worth it. Thank you for listening to the Wellness and Weight Loss for Busy Teachers podcast. For more from me, head over to my website and grab my latest free resource. You can find it at tracybairdwellness.com/free. That's FREE. If you want more podcasts, vote with your 5-star review wherever you listen. Your feedback really does make a difference. Now, make it a great day.